Glad to have you. It's a beautiful Sunday afternoon. Yeah, I don't want to say morning. I was almost going back in time. But yes, it's a beautiful Sunday afternoon, and we say welcome to Gospel Fusion Live right here on Voice of the People Television. My name is David E. Well, today, so much to serve you because we know that it's a beautiful start of the week, and we have to start the week right for you. And you know how we do it right here on the show. We started off with our gospel music roots segment, a segment where we look into how gospel music across the globe has changed lives, has changed communities, and of course has given great meaning to people and cultures all across the world. And today we definitely have a country in focus for you on a beautiful Sunday afternoon like today. Yes, I bid you welcome again. And yes, of course, in case you don't know, it is Gospel Fusion Live right here on Voice of the People Television. I'm going to be your anchor and host today, as always. And I trust that you will enjoy every single bit of the segment today because, hey, we got so much for you. All right, okay, I know you also will be wondering, okay, is your guest in? Well, my guest is on the way. I'm hoping she makes it in time. All right, let's get to it almost immediately. We're going to be starting off with our first segment of the show, but there's another interesting part of Gospel Fusion Live that we will be bringing to you just about today. And that is the Gospel Fusion Live top 5 gospel music that really made the round during the week. And of course, it's the start of another beautiful week. And we would want to also make you know some of these fresh trending, well, they might not be fresh, but they are majorly trending all across Africa and across the rest of the world. And that is another segment that we will be starting today on the show. But first, let's take you to a journey of telling you how gospel music has really changed the trajectory of lives, culture, and people of a particular place. Our country in focus today is Burkina Faso. Some persons will be wondering, okay, are there Christians there? Yes, there are Christians there. And of course, they are doing good music also. But let's let you know that gospel music in that country has really changed a lot. Hey, let me stop talking. Let me allow you watch this and enjoy every single bit of it. Burkina Faso is where we go from now. Stay with us.
Burkina Faso has a rich culture of musical traditions, including various genres of gospel music that reflect the country's diverse culture and history. Here's an overview of some of the traditional genres of gospel music in Burkina Faso, along with their history, emergence, evolution, and societal impact. Gospel music with traditional influences. On history and emergence. The introduction of Christianity in Burkina Faso during the colonial period in the late 19th and early 20th centuries led to the emergence of gospel music. Early missionaries utilized local music styles to convey spiritual messages, blending traditional rhythms with gospel themes. On evolution. Over the decades, this genre has evolved by incorporating local languages such as Mo, Dioula, and Fulfulde, making the music more accessible and relatable to the local population. On impact on society. This genre has played a crucial role in community gatherings, religious services, and cultural celebrations, fostering a sense of unity and shared identity among different ethnic groups. Gospel choral music.
Dieu est capable de tout. Il est grand, compatissant.
On history and emergence. Choral music gained popularity in the mid-20th century with the establishment of church choirs. These choirs adapted traditional choral styles, adding harmonies and rhythms influenced by African musical traditions. On evolution. As the genre grew, it began to incorporate modern instruments, such as guitars and drums, creating a more contemporary sound while still respecting traditional roots. On impact on society. Gospel choirs have become a platform for youth engagement and empowerment, offering a space for artistic expression and community service. They also play a pivotal role in cultural preservation by performing traditional songs alongside gospel pieces. Contemporary gospel music.
Mon Dieu est si bon, il prend bien soin de moi.
On history and emergence. With the globalization of music, contemporary gospel music emerged in the late 20th century, influenced by Western gospel styles, pop, and reggae. Artists began to blend these styles with traditional Burkinabe music. On evolution. The genre has seen the rise of influential artists who have gained national and international recognition. They use modern technology and social media to reach wider audiences, thus blending traditional messages with contemporary music trends. On impact on society. Contemporary gospel has resonated particularly with younger generations, addressing social issues, moral values, and personal struggles through its lyrics. It has become a source of inspiration and motivation, often featured in community events and national celebrations. Gospel rap and hip hop. On history and emergence. In the 1990s, gospel rap and hip hop began to emerge as a response to the growing influence of urban culture. Artists started using rap as a medium to express their faith and concerns. On evolution. This genre has evolved to include a mix of traditional African instruments and beats, creating a unique sound that appeals to the youth while maintaining a strong message of faith. On impact on society. Gospel rap has become a powerful tool for social change, engaging youth in discussions about faith, social justice, and personal responsibility. It challenges cultural norms and offers a platform for young voices in Burkina Faso. In conclusion, the various genres of gospel music in Burkina Faso reflect a dynamic interplay of tradition and modernity. They have not only enriched the cultural landscape but also significantly impacted society by promoting unity, moral values, and community engagement. As Burkina Faso continues to evolve, its gospel music will likely remain a vital expression of its identity and resilience.
All right, glad to have you back. Well, there you have it. Burkina Faso also have a journey when it comes to gospel music in that country. And one significant thing about that particular clips that we just saw is the fact that it has so far promoted unity and moral values when it comes to that particular country and the people and, of course, the culture. And I can tell you for a fact that gospel music in its stride has done so strong in some countries. And yes, there you have that one in Burkina Faso. All right, let's jump to another conversation quickly. Like I told you earlier, we'll be starting another segment of the show. And trust me when I tell you this, on Gospel Future Live, what we would do is to make sure that your Sunday afternoon has the best and the best of all awesome broadcasting. That's what we want to give to you on a beautiful Sunday afternoon, and that is why we remain your number one voice that you call Voice of the People Television. All right, let's get to it almost immediately. The top 5 gospel songs of the week. Well, this is coming in brand new, of course, brand new segments on the show this beautiful afternoon. I'm so excited because, hey, it is starting today, and I can tell you it's a journey, and where it's going to lead to, you will definitely be enjoying every single bit of it. All right, let's go straight and give you Gospel Fusion Live's top 5 gospel songs that trended this last week that passed. You best want to stay with us with that. We'll be right back after now. Stay with us.
Number 5. Number 4. Number 3.
I don't know anything I do. We make you love me so daddy.
Number 2.
Yahweh Sabaoth, Yahweh Sabaoth.
Number 1.
Nation with a sound that never dies. Hop together, never dies. Heartbeat of revival. Let the Spirit lead the way. Every reverend, every language, praising God in every way. This is Gospel Fusion.
There you have it, top 5 songs of the week. And I can tell you for a fact that these songs trended on all platforms, and that is IASTIC, trended on all platforms, and of course all streaming platforms as well. Well, in no particular order, you had it there. Favor by Minister Lawrence Oyor, and of course Hagiazo by Minister Dusin Oyeka. That's in number 4. Number 3, like you saw there, Your Love by Moses Blees. And that song also did make the charts last week as well. But of course, because we're starting this week, that is why it made it to number 3 top songs of the week. And the number 2, you have it there, Yahweh Sabaoth by Nathaniel Bassey. Again, I must tell you that these songs were the most played songs on all platforms. I'm talking about all media platforms, all streaming platforms as at last week. We've started a new week. So, and you know, that simply means that that's all that moves again. But then the number 1 song, like you did see in that video, is Gaze Baba, featuring of course Lawrence Oyor. And yes, he titled that one No Turning Back. I like the dance pattern of that song. No. You know, it's a beautiful dance pattern. But of course, that's the number 1 song of the week, and that I can tell you is how we will start something amazing that you should be a part of. Now, how would you be a part of it? Go straight to all of our social media platforms and give us your top 5 song of the week. Now, entry closes Thursday 6 p.m. Entry closes. Send us your song, your top 5 songs of the week. I know you're listening to good songs during the week. So your top 5 songs during the week, let's have that as well. And maybe, just maybe, yours might just be what we might be picking as the top 5 songs of the week. And I'm talking about gospel songs. I'm not talking secular. Don't play. All right, so that's about it. It's starting off big, and we would encourage you to be a part of it. Like I said, go straight to all of our social media platform, and even on YouTube. You can put it down on the comment section. Let us know your top 5 song of the week, whether Nigeria, whether any part of Africa or the rest of the world. Let us have that particular one. But then when you want to send in your entries, please use the hashtag Gospel Fusion Live. Top 5 songs top 5 gospel songs of the week. Hashtag Gospel Fusion Live. Hashtag top 5 gospel music of the week. And yes, your entry might just be streamed right there on the screen, just like you saw a couple of seconds ago. All right, let's get to it almost immediately. Oh yes, I did tell you that we are expecting our guest to join us, but unfortunately, she's not here today. Well, she sent me a message a couple of minutes ago, and I totally understand how it can be. She had a flight canceled, and of course trying to reschedule the flight to coming into Lagos, Nigeria, where we are streaming from. She couldn't, of course, make it in time. But one thing is certain here: when we promise, we deliver. So whoever we promise that we're going to bring to you, we definitely will be delivering that same person to you. And you know who we're talking about, right? We're talking about Ambassador Chinyere Udoma. And I cannot wait to have her on the show when we reschedule that particular date. But maybe next week, you don't know. But of course, keep it locked on all of our social media platforms, and you would find out when she will be coming, if hopefully next week or the upper week. You don't know. But we're going to do something today, something pretty important. Now, today, we'll be having a conversation like we did last week. And this conversation is very, very intense because, to me, I take it personal. I take it really personal when it comes to finances. A lot of persons do not know that our finances is supposed to help us stay strong. Just like the Bible says, those that know their God shall be strong and do exploits. Now, on one path, if you know your God, He's going to make you strong and you do exploit. But when you are doing that exploits, of course, it means you will be gaining some financial freedom. Now, there are some habits that you and I would get into that would help us go broke. Real life talk. I'm not capping here. Real life talk. There are some habits that we would indulge in that we will go broke. We will not be financially free anymore. But because, if the blessing of God has come upon us and we work, right? And we work and we earn, it means we are supposed to be financially free. But there are some things, some habits that we really need to let go of. Now, one of those habits, or some of those habits, is what we'll be talking about today. Now, the first one is trying to impress others. Now, this is a common mistake a lot of us do. You want to impress your friends, you want to impress your family members, you want to impress members of the church, you want to impress maybe even your spouse. It's even as deep as that, right? Now, it is not your job to impress nobody. You know why? I say this a lot of times. Nobody truly cares. Honestly. When I say nobody truly cares, I'm not saying there are no real people that care out there. No, there are. But in the space of trying to impress, guy, babe, whatever you are, don't do it. You might just be choking yourself. And trust me, it is not what you want to do at all. Because trying to keep up with trends, trying to keep up with expectations of people can lead you big time to spending much more than you ever had thought. I know of someone who, because of trend, this person goes as far as getting brand new stuffs almost every week. And then the finances of this person is not even really doing well like that. And then you keep spending to impress. People see you and say, hey, this dude is flying, man. This dude is flying. Look at the Gucci shoe, the Gucci bag, the Gucci top, Prada bag, whatever it is that you buy, you know yourself. Please, it is important that you stop trying to impress. You know why? Because it will empty your pocket. And when it empties your pockets, financial freedom has now become you being financially incapable of standing tall. Now, in 2025, the second half of 2025 is what we've started already. The month of July is the second half of 2025. How well have you done with your finances? This is real talk. I mean, you and I, we're talking. because it is just what we should try to do. Try not to impress. Come on. Because the more you try to impress, the more you leave your pockets and your wallets and your account empty. Now, the second habit that we need to carefully do away with is living above our means. Okay, I tell you what. The moment you decide to start living above your means, this simply means that you're spending more money than you actually have. Am I making sense now? Here's the thing. If, for instance, you earn plus or minus 30,000 naira, and then you're looking for an apartment that you would pay averagely 20,000 naira every month. Is that making sense? It means you're left with 10,000 naira. How are you going to feed? How are you going to clothe yourself? How are you even going to transport to work? Maybe, just maybe, your house might just be close by. It's a stone throw, you can walk. But here's the thing. There are all the things that you're supposed to do with your finances, not living above your means. Okay. I said earlier, trying to impress is going to make you go broke. But again, trying or living above your means would only be helping you go broke. Now, it might be super tempting, really, to buy the latest gadgets or the latest designers or even the latest clothes. But you can buy truly if you can afford them. Or best, you just wait till you can afford them. But overspending most times would lead you and I to becoming financially incapable of doing things that we're supposed to do. Now, as Christians, that's even a terrible thing to do because, I mean, you're the light of the world. You're supposed to shine and not keep your light under the bushel, right? So, like it or not, it is best that we start doing right with our finances and stay away with these habits and trends that we chase after. Now, another character or habit that might lead us to being financially incapable, even as humans, I'm not even going to be talking Christians alone now, no, even as humans, is neglecting investments. Oh boy. Now, if you're not making money work for you, I'm sorry. You're missing out on a major potential growth. And that's just the truth. Do not neglect financial investment because, hey, he who fails to plan is planning to fail. Try as much as you can to make money work for you, no matter how little you earn. I've seen people who earn as low as 40,000 naira a month have investments as low as 10,000 naira. That's how very prudent and investment conscious that those kind of people are. So what are you doing with your finances? Do not, again I repeat, neglect investment, because failing to invest your income means missing out on opportunities and of course missing out on trying to build wealth. Because trust me, it is essential to explore different investment options that of course would align with your financial goal. Don't miss that. Whatever financial or investment you want to get into, make sure it's aligning with your financial goals. Question is, do you even have a financial goal? Maybe we might be talking about this also some other time, setting our financial goal. Trust me, until you know how to be financially independent, you might just not know how terrible it is for you to be dependent on people to get as tiny as the smallest of funds. So, setting financial goals, we'll be talking about sometime soon. But majorly, do not neglect investments, because trust me, It is going to help you. It's going to help me as well if I'm not doing what I'm saying. And of course, it's also going to make us, if we neglect them, it's also going to make us go broke. Like I told someone, it's going to make you get into Brooklyn without a visa. You know where Brooklyn is in the US? It's going to help you get into Brooklyn. But yes, that's just what it is. Another major character habit that we need to let go of is the act of neglecting investments. Well, let's jump to another conversation quickly. Another character trait that might be making you and I go really financially incapable is when we are dependent on a single income source. Case study, Nigeria. I don't know if it's just me, but if you are dependent on one on one income source in this country, this Nigeria presently, I don't know. Okay, let me not speak for anybody, but for me now, it's not a wise thing to do. It is best that we carefully look for some source that we would invest in. Diversify your income. Yes, that's about the word. Diversify your income streams. Because trust me, salary is not just enough. I'm sorry. Now, you also might want to tell me, but the time is not there. Yes, I totally agree. But there are some services that you can render in the shortest of time, that you can render them even online, that you will earn from. One of such services is editing, is graphics designing, is data analysis, is cybercrime. Name them. A lot is there. What I'm trying to say in essence is diversify your streams of income so that you do not go into Brooklyn and be looking for somebody who will give you urgent 2K. No, that is not what God created you for. Like I said earlier, God said to you as human, as his own child, you are the light of the world and lights to shine. I mean, it's just about the studio here where I am. If the lights go off, trust me, you will not see me. You possibly might see my shirt because it's a bright colored shirt, yeah? But it is clear, if the lights go off, this entire place will be dark. So what I'm trying to say in essence is you are the light of the world, you are meant to shine. So how do you shine when you are not financially capable to handle some things that you are supposed to handle? And then you go begging for crumbs, God forbid. But before you do the God forbid, tell yourself the truth. Are you trying so hard to do better than where you are? That's a major question, and that is why I say again, we should not at any time have to depend on one income source. This is a major character and habits that we should throw away, throw into the gutters, throw into abyss, wherever you want to throw it into, and imbibe the fact that right now you need to diversify your income streams. So, because financial freedom is like when God asked Moses, "What do you have in your hands?" Right? And he said he has nothing. That's what being financially incapable can bring to you. You actually would think that you don't have anything, but in the end, you have something really big. And what's the thing that is big? Your mind. Tax your mind. You can do better from where you are right now only if you sit down and think carefully of how to navigate what you want to do. And again, when you're diversifying, make sure that it aligns with your financial goal for the year. I have my financial goal for 2025. And trust me when I say this, I judiciously hustle so badly to want to keep up that particular target. And hopefully, God willing, I should be able to achieve it. But yours, what is yours? If you don't have, it is never too late to start. That's the bottom line. It is never too late to start. And I can tell you this for a fact because, hey, there is no better time to start than now. Truly. There's no better time to start than now. And I can tell you for the fact that, hey, you would do better if you try and start diversifying your streams of income. Now, another character trait that we need to let go if truly we want to stop being financially incapable and be financially free and do better. One character that we need to let go of is always chasing trends. Can I tell you something? It's natural, really, as young people now. It's natural to stay in the loop with the latest trend. I mean, but one sad thing is when you constantly chase trend, it really can cost you. I hear a story of someone who every single time that Apple, I beg your pardon, Apple brings up a new gadget, this person goes above and beyond to get that brand new gadget from Apple. Now, the question will be, how much is this person earning? Now, I'm not saying if you have the funding, don't do it. I mean, if it doesn't cost you an arm or a leg to get the latest iPhone or the latest MacBook, whatever it is, you can go ahead and do it. But one thing that is certain in all of this conversation is that trends come and go. But you know, your financial well-being should be steady. If I'm making any sense, truly, you understand what I'm saying. Back in the days, okay, I think my first phone back in the days was no, it wasn't even a Nokia phone, was it? No, it wasn't a Nokia, it was a Motorola. That one with the tiny antenna at the head. That's the first one I had. I mean, don't guess my age, but that's what it is. Now, that particular phone was about the rave of the moment at the time when it got to Nigeria. But guess what? If you do the mistake of bringing that phone out now, the way my guys at the back are giving me statement, the way they would choke you with yabs, oh God. Now, it's just what it is. Trains will come and go. Back in the day, there used to be, I saw a picture of my mom when she had this afro hair. You know, they carried the afro hair back in the day, and it was full. She was looking elegant and beautiful. But guess what? In 2021, thereabout, after COVID, I saw someone with that particular kind of hair, and a lady close to me at the time said, "Why is this one carrying hair like this?" I mean, the disgust on her face and her words was quite heavy, and I felt, oh boy. So what trended back in the day seemed to be disgusting people in the recent time. It's just what it is. Trends will come and go. But guess what? If you keep chasing after them, it's going to deepen your pocket and you will go broke. No, you will fall into broke lane. That's just what it is. So, how do you manage these things and navigate it and do better with your funding and your finances? Try to have self-consciousness. Be cautious of your spending ability, because trust me, sometimes we can really, most times, do a bit more when we want to consciously tell ourselves the truth. If you would be chasing trend, chase it because you need it at the time. And if you do not need it, Alternative for gun. If you did economics in school, you understand better. Don't go chasing trends, because trends are not just expensive, but they will deepen your pocket. And when they deepen your pocket, what that would mean and should mean would be that it will make you go seriously financially incapable. Now, let's say, for example, you're a family man and you consistently chase trend, and your children are there. I mean, maybe you have 2 kids. Just saying, you have 2 kids, and yeah, one of them wants to get into school, and you're looking for money to take them to enroll the child into that school of choice. And in that same space, Apple decided to bring the latest iPhone, say iPhone 17. What would you do? That's just the question. Because you change trend, would you want to go getting that iPhone 17 as against your paying for enrolling your child for his first school? If you chase trend, what do you think your wife will tell you, or people around you will tell you? So here's what I'm just saying in essence. Chasing trend is natural to stay aloof with, what's happening at the time. But if you are not doing it cautiously, you would only be dragging your fundings to the very place that you don't want it to be. And this, again, is a major, major character trait and character that we need to let go of and start doing right. If this is you, consistently chasing trend, wanting to buy the latest things. So I just use the phone as an example. Ladies, what do you jump after? Bone straights, bags, shoes, clothes. I mean, we all know what we get to buy at the time. I know someone who used to buy things at impulse. And on one of the days, I just looked at this person and I said, look, if you consistently keep doing this, you would find yourself in a place where you don't like in the near future. Because some of the things you would be buying, you just might not need them. And guess what? 2-3 years down the line, this person comes showing me some things and look at this, I don't need this thing. I want to dash it out. Now, the value of those things that this person does not need anymore would have been the value of some good businesses that this person would have possibly invested that same funding into. But because this person is not thinking about diversifying the income, that's the reason why the person consistently buys at impulse and buys things that the person does not need. So if you're that person, please try to do better. It is best not to chase trends because it's going to really deepen our pockets and our wallets. All right, finally, because of our time, let's take one more and we'll be jumping to going straight to telling you, okay, you know how I do, the after party of Gospel Fusion Live. Now, the final one is, now this, I hope you would not get me wrong. Being too generous. Okay. Blessed is the hand that giveth and the one that taketh. Been sung by legendary Bob Marley, legendary Lucky Dube. It's a beautiful, beautiful song. It's even in the Bible. So let me not act like it's just these guys that have sang this. But guess what? Being kind is wonderful. Truly. But being over generous with your money can honestly lead you to some financial strain. Now, I'm not saying that you should be stiff-handed or stingy, as it were, but being too overly generous. There's one part of the Bible that says you don't give the food meant for the child to the dog. Sometimes, truly, these things play out in our lives. Someone just come to you and say, I've not eaten for the past 2 days, and you go, your last amount in your account, and you give it out. Okay. So how do you take care of yourself afterward? Now, don't get me wrong. God does provide. Don't get me wrong. God does provide. But guess what? If you can caution yourself on how you give, you would also discover that it is important to strike a balance between helping others and ensuring that you are financially stable. There must be a balance. You cannot be giving out all of your fund and then your younger brother or younger sister is having issues at home, in her house or in her marriage. Financial issues, and you're not solving that. And that's because you've been overly generous. So there just should be a balance. I'm saying this because we all are victims of these conversations, and trust me, it is best that we know how to really, really manage it. And sincerely, it's only going to help us do better with life and, of course, our funding. Now, here's the thing. Creating a budget that allows for both generosity and responsible spending is being very, very wise. I take that again. Creating a budget that allows for both generosity and responsible spending is you being very, very wise. Now, breaking the circle of these habits can be a game changer for you and I. And trust me when I say this, it is also good for our financial health, because I don't know about anybody, if you are not wealthy financially, then you have issues. In the words of Mahatma Gandhi, real wealth lies in your health. Now, Mahatma Gandhi is the Indian great. I had to, bring him into the picture because there's so much to do when it comes to our finances. And it's just a major, major game changer if we are financially free. I know a saying in the western part of Nigeria that says, money is the bicycle of true evangelism. I mean, if I look at you right now, wherever you are, and I say, send me your account details, and I can push some funds to you, I don't need to preach Jesus to you. You might be seeing Jesus through that giving. So, in that space, we need to do well with our finances. That's what I'm going. That's where I'm going. So, I would urge all of us that have listened and seen me today talk about this, that by adopting healthy financial habits, we can build a more secure and stable financial future for ourselves. And guess what? Remember, the small changes we make today can lead to the big rewards tomorrow. This particular saying is something that I tell people who are close to me. The very tiny changes that we do today can lead to big, big, big rewards tomorrow. I can tell you for a fact because I'm a testimony when it comes to these realities. But again, let's also understand that having to be financially free truly would help us to do better, even in ministry, in our individual lives, our relationships, and of course, every single part of our well-being. So, this is where we have to draw anchor on the conversation this beautiful afternoon. And I trust that you were, of course, blessed. Yes, let me use the word. You were blessed by this conversation. Yes, what I said today, I spoke to you and I spoke to myself as well, because, hey, it's not just enough to talk about it. It's about doing it. And I hope and pray that we all will be doers of this word and not just hearers of this word. All right, let's let you know that in a couple of minutes from now, we'll be having the after party of Gospel Fusion Live. I mean, it's just how we do right here on Voice of the People TV every single Sunday. We would definitely want to make you have a beautiful weekend, a beautiful week, I beg your pardon, because here's the thing. If we start off your week with an excitement, I mean, I don't know. Someone say when the praise go up, the blessings come down. So after talking all of the talks and having conversations on Gospel Fusion Live, we go straight to the after party of Gospel Fusion Live because it's a party that we have here. And the after party is Praise Wave Live with world famous DJ Ibam, who is very much ready to take us through amazing 1 full hour of great gospel tunes like you never would want to hear it anywhere else but right here on Voice of the People Television. All right, I gotta go. On behalf of myself, David Edwin, and entire backroom staff, all of the guys that pressed the right button to making sure that I come live to you this beautiful afternoon, I want to say thank you so very much for joining us. You remain the MVP. Yes, you are the MVP of this great station. But you know how I tell you, don't allow this week weaken you, but most importantly, keep hope alive and believe that God has got your back. I would be expecting you in a couple of minutes from now again, when we go straight to the after party called Praise Wave Live. That will be in a couple of minutes after this time. Until I see you at the after party, David E. saying have a beautiful week ahead. God bless Nigeria.
Where every voice, every soul, every sound comes together in harmony. This is Gospel Fusion. This is Gospel Fusion.